The sham trials against Donald Trump continue to emerge as a kangaroo court is revealed by Jesse Waters, who reviews the first 7 New York City jurors in Trump's rigged criminal case. And it's just what we expected. We've got to unravel this and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits Beyond the Headlines, brought to you by VNN. This segment is sponsored by Allegiance Gold, giving you up to $5,000 in free silver on qualifying investments as they protect your future with real silver and gold. My name is Elijah Schaefer. Let's start the show. Well, it looks like the sham court hearings against Trump continue to pick up steam. The first 7 jurors in President Trump's New York City lawfare case in liberal Judge Juan Merchant's court. Now, Judge Juan Merchant on Tuesday accused Trump of intimidating a juror who admitted that she posted a pro-Biden video to her Facebook page. Jury selection was still underway on Tuesday in the Stormy Daniels hush money trial after more than 50 prospective jurors were dismissed from the jury pool on Monday alone. One potential juror was brought in for questioning after Trump's lawyers discovered that she posted a pro-Biden celebratory video in 2020. Now, don't take my word for it. Listen to Jesse Waters explain how crazy things have really gotten. Listen.
Over half of the jury's already been selected. We already know a lot about them, and it is hysterical. Before we tell you about them, remember that this is a Manhattan jury. It went 87% for Biden. And the judge who's overseeing the selection process is a Biden donor whose family was paid by the Biden campaign. Yesterday, 50 white women wearing masks fled the courtroom, claiming they couldn't be fair to Trump. Anyone wearing a mask at this point is not an impartial juror. Here's one white woman who works in cybersecurity who was excused. Listen.
Did you say you could be unbiased, though?
I did. It's very difficult for anyone really in this country to not come to this with prior opinions. I think we all have prior opinions about the defendant unless you've been like living in a cardboard box.
Show me a juror who says can be unbiased towards Trump, and I'll show you a liar. That's why we don't have political trials in America. Fairness is impossible. Trump's legal team was given the names of potential jurors, and after Googling them, discovered there were undercover activists trying to sneak onto the jury. One juror couldn't recall any anti-Trump feeling, but when the defense showed him the receipts, he admitted he'd posted on social media, quote, "Donald Trump should be locked up." Another juror said he didn't remember posting anything bad about Trump, and then when shown the evidence, conceded to posting a picture that says, quote, "Trump invites Thai boys to the White House. Thai boys request to return to cage." Those 2 radical liberals got caught lying to the court and were almost seated on the jury. This is what Trump has to deal with. Yesterday, Clay Travis was criticized for suggesting Trump supporters get on the jury. So far, 7 jurors have been seated. Here's what we know about them. The Foreman, juror number 1. He's a salesman from Harlem who was born in Ireland. He used to be a waiter, didn't finish college, and likes anything outdoorsy. He's married with no kids. His wife's in school. He gets his news from the New York Times, the Daily Mail, and some Fox News and MSNBC. Never met anybody who watches both Fox and MSNBC, but okay. That guy's your jury foreman. Juror number 2, a nurse from the Upper East Side with a master's degree. She's not married, has no kids, and lives with her fiance who works in finance. She gets her news from the New York Times, Google, and CNN. She said 2 things that really stuck out. One, quote, "I don't really have an opinion of Trump," and, quote, "No one is above the law." I'm not so sure about juror number 2. Juror number 3 is a young Asian lawyer from Oregon. His corporate law firm features DEI on its homepage. He's single, lives in Chelsea, and was wearing a purple jacket. Okay? He claims he's not super familiar with Trump's other charges. He likes to hike and run and gets his news from the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and Google. Juror number 4 is a Puerto Rican who finds Trump fascinating and mysterious. Quote, He walks into a room and he sets people off one way or the other. I find that really interesting, that this one guy can do all this. Wow. The guy was actually born in Puerto Rico, lives on the Lower East Side now, and works in IT. He's married and he has grandkids. Wife's a writer. Previously served on a jury, but says he doesn't remember the verdict. He gets his news from the New York Daily News, the New York Times, and Google. Anyway, juror number 5, a black woman in her 20s who doesn't follow the news and didn't know Trump was facing charges, anywhere. She lives in Harlem. She's a teacher. She's not married, has no kids, and lives with her brother, who's a basketball coach. She gets her news from Google and TikTok. She also listens to Charlemagne the God. Juror number 6 is a woman in her 20s who works for Disney. She made the courtroom laugh because she wanted to know if the trial would be over before September because she's a bridesmaid in her sister's wedding. She's not married, has no kids, and likes to dance. She lives with 3 roommates and gets her news from the New York Times, Google, Facebook, and of course TikTok, and says she doesn't have strong feelings about Trump one way or the other. Okay. Juror number 7 is a middle-aged, balding white guy with a tan. He lives on the Upper East Side, and you guessed it, another lawyer whose firm is big into DEI and ESG. He's originally from North Carolina, married with 2 kids, and his wife works at a bank. He gets his news from the New York Times, the Journal, the New York Post, the Washington Post, and he listens to NPR. So that's the jury of Trump's peers so far. The fate of a billionaire real estate tycoon, TV celebrity turned 45th president of the United States is in the hands of New York City lawyers, teachers, and Disney workers who like to dance and get their news from the Times, but swear they can be impartial.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it can be impartial. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and take that off the screen here because it doesn't actually matter what's going on. Now, the problem with this is that Jesse Waters brings up best explanation here. These people are all brainwashed. That's why when people talk about the jury of your peers being judged by people that are apparently supposed to be your equals, our country is completely different. Now, if you go to Texas, the people that are on your level are not like the people in New York. You think these people are going to be unbiased? I personally don't buy it. I think it's absolutely amazing that people buy this stuff. Now, the trial is rigged. We know that. They have no crime, but they're going to find Trump guilty of something anyway. We already know what the outcome's going to be. You don't need to break this down. This is America today. It's open season on patriotic, conservative Americans, and nobody is safe. Now, as we close in on the election year with Trump, you have to realize that shocking events are going to continue to rise. High inflation, mounting debt, high interest rates, all of these economic pressures are creating tension. And that's why so many patriotic Americans are choosing right now to preserve their wealth with gold, because it stands on its own and it's stable and it continues to prove itself no matter what happens in our economy. Over the last 5 years, it's almost doubled in value, which is amazing. Allegiance Gold has done things the right way from the beginning, so it's no coincidence that they've earned the highest trust rating in the precious metals industry. 5 stars with TrustLink and an A+ with a Better Business Bureau. Allegiance Gold can help protect your IRA or 401k with physical gold and silver, and you can have it delivered securely to your doorstep today. Get up to $5,000 in free silver on qualifying investments when you go to protectwithvnn.com, protectwithvnn.com, or call 855-324-GOLD. Don't risk your financial future betting against these forces. Act today at protectwithvnn.com. That's protectwithvnn.com, or call 855-324-GOLD. My name is Elijah Schaefer. Thank you so much again for watching. Let me know what you think about this trial. Do you think it's going to be fair or not? Leave your comment down below. And always don't forget to share these videos, retweet, and let people know that this is a rigged election and a rigged trial. We know what's going on. For the Gateway Pundits, Beyond the Headlines, brought to you by VNN, I'm Elijah Schaefer. Have a good night.